Hello, ladies and gentlemen, this is Still Too Normal here with another Amiibo Spotlight. Now, as you can tell, I have Amiibos behind me, but the one I'm focusing on is Marth. Marth is the first hero of Fire Emblem, and is pretty much the hero that he's pretty much the first hero, not much more can be said. Characters are modeled off of him, and the only one to come even a hair close to him is Lucina, in terms of not only design, but for fantastic story writing. Hell, there was one point in Awakening where she posed as Marth. Marth's story is about reclaiming his homeland and forging the bonds of allies to defeat the evil dragon and the foul sorcerer Garnum. I won't go into too much of the story because, well, it's honestly an experience worth your own. You should play. Marth's design is that of a simple young man with blue hair, blue eyes, an anime-style fighter's uniform, almost like a lord, along with his famous sword, the Falchion, which I gotta say looks really good. I don't know if you could see this, but on the back it shows the cape of his house on there. I think the human amiibos are really well designed, but that's beside the point. Marth has appeared in a number of Fire Emblem games, Bruce Spirit or anything else. Engage, the main character Alir practically uses them as their starting ring. But Marth's very first appearance in Smash Bros. Is in Super Smash Bros. Melee alongside Roy. Fun fact, I found out Sakurai was originally supposed to have him in the original because the idea was to give Link a sword fighter to parry with, but I don't know what went wrong. Maybe there was not enough time to add Marth, or maybe he was going to be Japan only. But either way, Marth definitely got in the sequel and therefore. In Marth's head is the tiara from his sister, which I think is a nice touch. In Smash Bros, Marth's pretty much a simple fighter. A lot of the sword fighters are modeled off him. Heck, Lucina is actually considered his clone fighter in Smash Bros. Ultimate. I know if people like to trash on Fire Emblem fighters for being clones, which is a fair point, I'll give them that, but there are some unique ones like Robin. I know Byleth wasn't a decidable pick, but you gotta admit. Moving on. Marth is a pretty standard Fire Emblem character. His final smash is to land a critical hit, which is the same as Lucina, but honestly, not bad. I say compared to Lucina, Marth's damage is at the tip of his Falchion sword. That's where he'll do crit damage the most. But honestly, Marth is not a bad unit to use in Smash Bros. Heck, I've used him myself. Fun fact, in Brawl, I actually beat the hardest difficulty with Marth. Marth's personality is kind and caring and really does value his friends, even his enemies. Like, from what we hear about him or what he's described, he shows sympathy towards all his enemies. Like, that's what we hear about him. Now moving on. Marth's game, I'll give him a 5-star, mainly because he was the first Fire Emblem character. Now, don't get me wrong, a lot of characters do like to adopt Marth's formula, which is okay, but I do, because of that, we actually got some unique characters like Lucina and Ike and so forth. Alright, design of the Amiibo. The human Amiibos, I feel like, always do some unique designs, but Marth's design, well, it's not over the top like Lucina, it's a good design nevertheless. I'll give him a 4 out of 5, just because I like the design. Now in Smash, I'm gonna give Marth a 5, like, honestly, out of all the Fire Emblem characters, I feel like Marth would be the one that I can rely on the most in sticky situations. Well, him and somebody else, which we'll get to whenever I get his Amiibo. Anyway, that is all on the Hero King's Marth. I wanted to get this out there because my birthday, as of this recording, is today on March 18th. So, yeah. Let me know what you guys think in the comment below. Like and subscribe, and this is Still Too Normal, signing off.